surprise the crowd with the blend of musicians. So, for example, Fallen from Racine, they're a much more harder rock kind of edge. I was kind of pushing them, calling them alternative soul. The lead singer, Gary Wortham, very soulful voice, talented guitarist as well. So bass-driven grooves, very heavy, almost like double bass drumming going on. So they had a lot of real heavy bottom, but still heavy guitar over the top with some soulful vocals. So one, I had them start the show off because they were the hardest edged, the furthest from any kind of true R&B funk. Then also too, they were from out of the city. So people who hadn't heard of them before, they had something new to experience from Racine. So that was the start with the alternative soul. The next group out was Urban Soul, which is almost like a full orchestra almost. You had a keyboardist, you had a drummer, you had a guitarist, bass player, backup singers, a real good blend of kind of a hip hop, jazz, R&B kind of vibe with some funk grooves once again. Pushed them as urban contemporary. Then we had Iberia Soul Singer. So then that worked out really well just for the sex appeal. You got, some strong voiced sisters up front doing their thing with some outfits on. Iberia is undeniably, just sexy, talented. The whole vibe that she brought to the stage was just pure raw energy, not to outshine Fallen, but people that already knew who she was. And, I always say she's like a taste of honey with a Bride of Funkenstein mixed in with it, because she's just up there hitting the bass hard. She's got great vocals. She's got great stage presence. And it was good to have some female flavor, outside of just the hostess Autumn Blaze, who brought her own flavor of character to the stage. After that, showcased the Electric War Babies. They're almost like urban legend. There's a lot of people who had heard of them but never heard them. There's people who had never heard of them and never heard them. And, I don't think they've gotten their just due in this city. I think, early on, they kind of got a bad rep because they, at different times, weren't necessarily as disciplined as they should have been. But now, at this time, right now, they're very polished, they're very focused, they're very clear. No self-destructive behavior as far as how they conduct themselves business-wise. So upon getting reacquainted with them and seeing a couple of their shows, they were polished and focused. And I said, okay, now's the time to showcase them. And so I really wanted to showcase their talents to the broader Milwaukee public. And especially because I've known them the longest out of any of the bands. I think I first met the War Babies in 1990, So they're still hitting it, they're still polished. They don't look tired. It's almost like they haven't aged, oddly enough. So, I coined them as hardcore funk. So it was just showing the generation of how funk music has evolved, at least in this area. Showing the alternative soul, the urban contemporary, and the hardcore funk. Because the thing that's so special about funk music is it's a blend of all different forms of black music. You get your blues, you get your rock, you get your jazz, you get a little hints of gospel in there. So it's all encompassing. It's like the musical gumbo of black American music.